Fight Fiend Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the Fight Fiend Forecast, and I'm back for the final week of Dana White's Contender Series, week number 10. And I'm recording Tuesday at 12 o'clock, so I do not have much time to edit it and get it posted. So I'm going to run through these fights pretty quick. It's going to be a fun card, and we got some very active fighters. Some of them, this is their third or fourth fight of the year. And a couple of these fighters just turned pro in the last 2 to 3 years, so that's another thing to note. And one more thing before we get going, I got a special guest in the back, Dreadstocks, so he might give his input on a couple of these fights. So let's get her going. Make sure to smash that like button, suplex the subscribe button. And this is the third show I'm doing for the Dana White's Contender Series. I missed a couple, but I thought, damn, this one has 6 fights on it. I must do my predictions on this week. And I don't got much time. Like I said, it's 12 o'clock now. We got some fights tonight, so let's get going here. First up, we got Lucas Rocha and Davi Bittencourt. This one is rebooked. Lucas Rocha missed weight at flyweight. Now it's at bantamweight. And originally, I was on the Davi Bittencourt side. He's 14-3, but he's been off for 12 months now. He might have a little bit of ring rust, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. But he has a 4-inch reach advantage. He has a lot of power and pressure, but now that I'm looking at Lucas Rocha, this guy's very well-rounded, and his hands are very good. And he's been very active, man. His last 5 fights, 4 of them ended by finish, 3 knockouts, 1 submission, and they're pretty decent level of competition, man. Like, these fighters are 7-0, 10-3, 7-2, so 16-1. That's a very good record for Lucas Rocha. He's only 23 years old as well. So he has a little bit more fights under the belt. He's younger, 5 years younger to be exact. And even though he's short, 5'2", I think he's going to be able to hold his center of gravity and not get taken down here. He's going to be a quick and fast striker, and I think he's going to get it done. It could go the distance. This one's super close. Like, this is a 50-50 fight, and it's pretty well priced at that right now. And Dreadstocks, I know he's going Davi Bittencourt. And like I said, originally I was going Davi Bittencourt as well, but I had to switch over to Lucas Rocha. I seen a lot of people on Lucas Rocha last week, but now they're all switching over to Davi Bittencourt. So that's another thing very concerning. And Dreadstocks, like I said, you're on the Afro Man, aren't you? Davi Bittencourt, slight underdog, plus 100. Does he get her done or what?
It's a coin flip, man.
It is, eh?
I'm not taking it on any bets.
Oh, no, definitely don't take it on any bets. Fuck no.
I think he could get it done.
Yeah, he definitely could, man. He has power. He has that 4-inch reach, too. So he's going to be bombing overhands to set up those takedowns. Maybe he lands a shot, man. 4-inch reach advantage, plus 100. It's a coin flip. I'm definitely not betting Lucas Rocha because I was on Davi Bittencourt originally. But I think this kid could be a pretty decent prospect, man. This is a Contender Series, and I think he's more of a contender at 23 years old. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's just say that. And next up, we're on to a fight that we have a little bit more confidence behind now. Issa, Isakov, and Marquel Mederos. Mederos ain't bad. He ain't too bad. This is his 4th fight of the year, though. And he's 5-3 in amateur. And he's fighting a guy that's 12-3, training with Khamzat Chimaev last week. Like, training with Khamzat very recently, too. And he had a big weight cut. He was formerly fighting at, like, 170. But he made weight and he looks good, man. He looks sharp, doesn't he? At the face-offs, he looks incredible. And I think he's going to get this one done. He's 150. His losses aren't bad, man. 8-0. He got knocked out to that guy. That guy's now in Bellator, so that's a friggin' good loss. His other 2 losses come by a decision. One of them was a split decision in 2015. So now that he's dropping to 155, I feel like he's going to be a problem, and especially that he's training with Khamzat Chimaev. Man, this guy's likely going to get the job done, and he's the rightful favorite. The other guy, his opponent Mederos, he is training at Factory X, but like Cody Brundage is his coach, and we don't think very highly of Cody Brundage recently. He's going to have a tough time against Issa Isakov, who won his last 4, 3 of them by finish. He beat a 13-1 Russian by submission in the 2nd round, and the fact that he's training with Khamzat Chimaev, I think he's going to have success getting this fight to the ground, likely can find the back. He has 2 rear naked chokes, 2 arm bars. Yeah, he's pretty decent. I think he's going to beat Mederos for sure. Mederos, this is a tough task. 4th fight of the year. He knocked out a guy that was 8-6, beat a guy that was 8-5 by a decision. That's not the very best of level of competition. He is going to probably be the better striker. He's a switch stance, but he has a loss to Jacoby Jones, who we just seen had a loss in the Dana White Contender Series, so I definitely cannot back this underdog whatsoever. Issa Isakov is definitely going to be the play, and he's probably going to be on some bets, man. I'm pretty high confident on this guy this week. And next up, we got a very high confidence pick for me, Torrez Finney, 6-0 against Yuri Panferov, 6-0. He's Russian, and we just seen the Russians last week just absolutely drop the bag. So this guy is coming in as an underdog, and I'm not taking the stab. Definitely not. I think Torrez Finney, looking at the face-offs, he's ripped. He has a low center of gravity. He's probably not going to get taken down here. Yuri Panferov, he has friggin' 5 submission wins, all in round 1. That's what he's going to want to do here. 3 rear naked chokes, 1 Kimura, 1 armbar. Finney has a very small neck, and it's not going to be easy to submit this guy. I think he most likely gets the knockout because he has 5 of them, 3 of them in the first round. He is a powerhouse, and he's 5-0 amateur as well. And Yuri Panferov, he got dropped against a guy that was 4-3, and Dana White was in the building that night. I don't know how his nerves are. You know, he looks like the real deal because all of his wins are in round 1. His nickname's the Russian Polar Bear. Super grapple heavy, and I think if this fight goes outside of round 1, he's going to get knocked out because Finney's so juiced and yoked. Like, look at the face-offs, man. Low center of gravity. He's going to be the shorter fighter. He's not going to get taken down, and he's not going to get submitted looking at the size of his neck. He's probably the rightful play here, and he's 172 for a knockout. Like I said, he's my most confident pick, and I think he's definitely going to get a contract. He has good cardio, and yeah, I'm looking to parlay him this week with somebody else that we just talked about. And next up, we got a featherweight fight between Connor Matthews and Jair Farias. And Farias is 10-0. This guy has 8 knockouts, 5 out of 9 in the first round. His leg kicks are heavy. He has high IQ, and he's a hunter. He can probably find the finish here. He has serious power. And Connor Matthews lost his first fight in the Dana White Contender Series, where he had the opportunity to get the contract. Lost, unanimous decision to Francis Fire Marshall. He should be hungry this second time around. And we've seen fighters the second time around get the contract, but I don't really like this guy the second time around. Like, this guy, he's fighting as 10-0. Like I said, 8 KOs, a lot of power, heavy leg kicks, but his hands are super low at times. He needs to pick those hands up, and he needs to be a little bit more smarter. That's why I'm not really looking to bet him, because I don't want to get caught with this guy. Connor Matthews, he is training at New England Cartel with Font and Cater. He says he's new and improved. Like, he has very good training partners, but we've seen the New England Cartel guys drop the bag. And I've got caught betting on them before, lost some money on them. So until they can actually pick up some wins, I'm not taking anybody from the New England Cartel. They are tough and durable. But damn, I think this guy could probably get finished. He has 5 submission wins, so he's going to be grapple heavy as well. His nickname's Bad News, and I think this is going to be bad news for him. All of his fights ended in round 1. He has 1 knockout, but that was his first pro fight against a guy that was 0-8. Now he's going to be fighting a very high-level striker that's quick and accurate. I feel like he's going to get knocked out here. But, like I said, Jair has his hands down pretty low, so he needs to pick those hands up. Needs to be a little bit more smarter, but with that 3-inch reach advantage, gotta think he's going to find that KO. And I'm pretty sure it's plus money too as well, Dread Stocks. You have that in a parlay, if I'm not mistaken.
I do.
You do, so yeah, you're likely going to find that KO plus money. It's looking good. And next up, we got the co-main event, and we should probably bust open the Pink Whitney because we forgot to at the start of the show. The Liquid Courage has been doing me good, and I forgot to bring out the Liquid Courage in the past. And my mom just got back from Nashville. 1 liter of Pink Whitney. That's amazing, and a little bit cheaper than Canada prices. So thank you, Arlene, the Giraffe Goon, in the comments. What a beauty. Buy me some Pink Whitney. Pink Whitney has not seen the show in the past 2 weeks, and the picks have been, so-so. I think we went 50% on the UFC, 50% on the Contender Series last week, so now that we got the Pink Whitney and the Liquid Courage, I think we're going to do pretty good. But we should have busted it out at the start of the show. Whew! Yes, sir. Let's get it going with Rickson Demden in the flyweight division against Andre Lima. Both these guys, 24 years old. But what's interesting, Rickson's 14-1, and Andre Lima 6-0. And Rickson's coming in as a $3 underdog, so this guy has a lot of experience, and he's the underdog. He has the height advantage, and he has a 4-inch reach advantage. Is he an underdog? Is he a good underdog pick, Dread Stocks? Do you think, this guy? 4-inch reach advantage, has the height advantage, way more experience, and he's an underdog. Like, 10 submission wins as well. 7 out of 10 by armbar. He's live. He's definitely live. I don't know if the bookies are trying to fool us on this one. But I'm taking Andre Lima. Honestly, I'm taking him. He's undefeated. I think he's going to remain undefeated, but he's, like, very active. This is his 4th fight of the year. Hopefully he can keep it going because his last fight in LFA won by knockout. He had 2 other round 1 knockouts as well. He has 5 knockouts on the record, 4 of them in the very first round. He has 1 decision against a 2-0 opponent in 2022. So even if it goes the distance, I kind of lean him. He doesn't panic if it goes to the ground. He does get taken down kind of easily, but very good BJJ defense. He is a brown belt in BJJ. And in amateur, he had 2 submissions in round 1, so he does have some ground game, even though he has 5 knockouts. I don't think Rickson's going to get him to the ground too easily, and I don't know if he's going to have success with that armbar. So that's why I'm going Lima, but Rickson's definitely live here. Like Andre Lima, his striking should be much better. I think he's going to find the knockout shot probably pretty early because Rickson's so wild, man. He's aggressive. He has super high pressure, but his second last fight, he lost a decision. So now he's coming in here off a 1-fight win streak where he beat a guy that was 12-6 by knockout in the second round. That's not very impressive. You know, he does have a lot of experience, but just not too impressive in my opinion. I got to go Andre Lima. I think he'll have good defense on the ground and on the feet. He should be the much better striker. Should be the rightful favorite, but Rickson at plus 200. You never know. That could be live. Play it by submission, if anything, though. Jeez. And next up, we got the main event of the evening, Ramon Taveras versus Cortavious Romious. And Taveras was on the Dana White Contender Series this year, but it was kind of an early stoppage. He got dropped in the first round, and they're giving him another shot here in the main event. Kind of surprising, and he's an underdog here. He's a striker, but he is all around very good. He has 3 submission wins on the record. The guys aren't the highest of level, but his knockouts, they aren't the highest level either, man. Honestly, 5-5, 30-43. And in that first round against Sergey Sidney, he got dropped, man. I think he was about to get finished anyways, so they're giving him a shot here. I can't believe it's in the main event. He's training at Bulldog Boxing with Austin Lane, man. Like, these guys are not tested on the ground, especially this guy. He was never tested on the ground. He has 2 knockout losses, one by head kick to a guy that was 5-5 in the first round. So, he's not even a good striker. I don't know what to expect from Raymond Taveras. I don't think he's getting the job done, and this is his 4th fight of the year. This is a very, very big schedule for him, and he's fighting a guy that just got released from his job, Cortavious Romious. This guy, 3 submission wins. 3rd fight of the year for him as well. He's taken a lot of fights this year, very active, but he's super grateful, and like I said, he got released from his job. He let them know that he was joining the Dana White Contender Series, got the chance there, and then they just released him from the job. So this guy's super hungry. He wants the paycheck. And he's another guy that's 5'4". He's small and he's thick. He's going to be hard to take down. And he has power. He sets up his takedowns with his striking. So don't sleep on this guy striking. Even though his first knockout was his first pro fight to a guy that was 1-9 now, I think his striking's pretty good. He has good leg kicks as well. His only decision loss was a split decision in 2020. That guy is now 8-2. That's a pretty good loss to have on the record. And he won his last 3 fights in the first round by submission. 2 of them were by armbar. And he literally snapped the guy's arm. Just snapped it. Like, relentless, man. Vicious. Cortavious Romious is getting the job done here. He's a 144 favorite. And I'm looking to parlay him as well with some other guys that I mentioned earlier on the card. And I also have a lot of confidence this week in Finney and Isakov. So I might put a treble bet on those 3 fighters. But lock of the week, I got no lock of the week this week. And I got no dog of the week. I'm just going with the picks. We got 6 fights, and it's going to be a very entertaining card. And another thing to note, too, I'm taking all fighters in the blue corner. All favorites. That calls for another Whitney shot, because that's a little concerning. All blue corner fighters. All favorites. One of them's probably going to drop the bag. And it might be Davi Bittencourt, so stay away from Lucas Rocha. Hopefully that's the one in the red corner that drops, or not drops the bag, but gets the job done, because Davi Bittencourt, he made weight the first time. Hopefully he gets the job done here. He was ready to go the first time. He had to cut weight, so he should just have the pass to the UFC anyways. Like Dreadstocks mentioned in the shed, Lucas Rocha missing weight by that much. How does he get another chance the next week? The matchmakers must think pretty highly of this fight. It is a battle of Brazil. Both went pro in 2017. Both have a pretty decent record, a lot of experience under the belt. One of them could be a decent prospect, but maybe at flyweight because that's where this fight was supposed to be. But maybe they look good in bantamweight. But bantamweight is stacked right now. So you never know. That's going to be a banger fight. It's a coin flip. Stay away from it. Let's have this shot. Whew. Let's get it this week. And like I just said, Isakov, Finney, and Ramosis are my 3 most confident picks this week. But the wisest thing I can say before I end the show is be very careful betting on the Dana White Contender Series because anything can happen. It's been a crazy season. And don't go too heavy on bets. Just sprinkle lightly, and let's keep our eyes on the prize on the next pay-per-view, UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. And we also got fights this week, so I'm going to have to do another video later tonight. Stay tuned for that. UFC Vegas 81 going down at the Apex, and then we got the pay-per-view in Dubai. So make sure to check out the UFC predictions. Thank you for watching my Week 10 Dana White Contender Series predictions. This is the last week and the last show I'll be doing this season. So thanks for watching the Fight Fiend forecast, and come check out the UFC predictions. Let's go get it.